Nick and Ted, the dynamic duo behind the popular YouTube channel, The Hunting Public. Their videos capture the unvarnished reality of hunting across the country, often on rugged public lands. They showcase the challenges, strategies, and breathtaking moments the outdoors has to offer. However, one particular trip pushed their limits like never before, confronting them with a fear far greater than any wild animal. The day began like any other, an early start on the final day of their hunting expedition, determined to make every moment count.
Up and at 'em early. We got some moves to make. We got to get in there nice and quiet. We'll see you on the other side.
10-4, we're gonna do the same.
Yeah, we're out here.
Their plan was to venture nearly 1.5 miles deep into the forest, aiming to establish a spot near fresh signs that hinted at potential success. The silence of the woods heightened their focus as they positioned themselves high in a tree stand, overlooking newly disturbed scrapes, ready and alert for whatever might come their way.
All right, so me and Dad are set up. We ended up getting almost 1.5 miles back in here. We're walking this ridge top like we were talking about. It ended up being 3 super fresh scrapes. And they're just like completely pawed down. No leaves sitting on them or nothing.
Everything appeared routine. Just another morning dedicated to the hunt. Then, without warning, the tranquility of the forest shattered. A sudden eerie chill swept over them, accompanied by unsettling noises that felt completely unnatural in the stillness.
I keep getting chills all down my back.
Yeah. Somebody is screaming at the absolute top of their lungs over there.
Very not good obscenities to someone else.
They were suddenly gripped by frantic, chilling screams, intertwined with hostile shouts and curses, reverberating ominously among the trees. The fear intensified when gunfire erupted, not the isolated shot typical of hunters, but a rapid series of discharges, some unmistakably from a handgun, dangerously close for comfort.
Make out a few things they were saying. It wasn't good.
Things we won't repeat on here. But it was like blood-curdling screaming. I've never witnessed anybody screaming like that.
Amid the chaos came the roar of a vehicle, engine revving and tires skidding across gravel, signaling a frantic approach or escape nearby. The hunters struggled to comprehend the horrific sounds unfolding so close. It quickly became clear this was no ordinary hunt. It was a violent, possibly deadly confrontation taking place alarmingly near their position.
Still screaming. Sounds like somebody crying.
Sound like something off a dang horror movie over there. Pretty scary. Hoping nobody's getting killed or hurt over there.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, when somebody says that they heard somebody screaming bloody murder, that's what that sounds like.
Shaken and profoundly uneasy, aware that their remote location offered no cell service to summon help, they realized remaining was too risky. Their focus shifted instantly from hunting to survival. Moving cautiously and silently, they gathered their equipment, driven by the urgent need to reach safety and relay the terrifying events they had just witnessed.
We're gonna get on down and get on out of here.
Vehicle just pulled up right down that way somewhere. The closest road is how far?
That way,
Yeah.
800 yards.
Yeah, that ain't very far.
Not at all.
They decide to head for the hills. We're gonna be in the hills, so we're trying to get out of the hills.
We're trying to get out. We got a ways to go. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know, it just made me uneasy.
As soon as they reached a zone with cell reception, they promptly alerted the authorities, recounting the chilling barrage of screams, shouting, and gunfire they had witnessed while giving the most accurate location information possible.
Yes, I've heard some stuff that I feel needs to be reported to the police department.
Okay.
I was hunting, me and a buddy were hunting, and at about 6:45, we heard gunshots, which is not uncommon, but then for 30 minutes straight or so, there was lots of screaming and just people, obscenities, and it sounded like something really bad was going on over there, and there was 20 or more gunshots ended up happening.
Though follow-up investigations by authorities yielded no definitive evidence, the experience left a lasting impact on Nick and Ted. The eerie sounds from that morning remain an unsettling enigma, a haunting reminder echoing through the forest. What violent incident had they unknowingly stumbled upon? Who were the voices screaming, and what became of them? This encounter underscored the critical importance of situational awareness, having emergency contacts in remote areas, and always informing someone of your precise whereabouts. Often, the wild's greatest threats come not from nature, but from the unknown lurking within it. Meet Josh, the mind behind the YouTube channel, Josh the Intern. In his videos, he invites viewers along on exhilarating explorations, often delving into abandoned locations and uncovering rare historical landmarks. His passion for adventure is contagious, but one expedition deep into a remote mountain range would soon confront him with an unsettling experience beyond anything he had imagined.
Deep in the heart of this remote mountain range lies the lost wreckage of a plane. This massive aircraft crashed here in 1986 and has remained hidden in the rugged terrain ever since. So today I'm embarking on a hiking adventure to try and find it.
On December 17th, 2024, Josh set out with a clear objective: to find the long-forgotten wreckage of a large plane that had gone down years earlier. His strategy involved carefully navigating the remote landscape to investigate a specific location identified as a likely crash site.
So I'm currently hiking in this really remote mountain range, and I'm searching for a massive plane wreckage that's found here. I think it's a really huge plane, like a big Boeing plane. It's somewhere up in this remote mountain, so I'm just taking the steep hike to go check it out. I think it'll be off trail a bit.
After hours of trekking, he summited his first peak and ventured further into the mountain range. That's when he noticed a massive, unexpected structure looming on a neighboring mountain.
As I suddenly spotted a large structure on another mountain just in front of me. Curious as to what it was, I made a detour and hiked up to it.
Driven by curiosity, he approached what revealed itself as a massive, historic fort. After a brief inspection, he resumed his original route. However, the tone of his journey soon changed. Though the landscape was breathtaking, something unusual off the trail caught his attention: the crumbling remains of an old building. Deciding to investigate further, he stumbled upon a chilling realization. Someone appeared to be occupying, or even residing in, these long-abandoned ruins, isolated deep in the wilderness.
Someone definitely lives here. There's canned food. Someone definitely lives here. Maybe not all the time, but often enough, which is crazy, because this is really in ruin.
What Josh discovered next was deeply unsettling. Scattered across the walls and floor were countless photographs, all appearing to feature the same small group of individuals.
Okay, this is really creepy. This is really creepy. There is photos of the same person up on the wall. Like this is a stalker's house or something. This is creepy. Oh, there's so many photos on the floor everywhere. Look at all these photos. These are all photos of people. All photos of people.
The overwhelming number of photographs displayed in such a remote and dilapidated setting suggested an obsessive and unnerving presence. The place resembled a stalker's lair, a chilling realization given its isolated location. Disturbed by what he had uncovered, Josh quickly made the decision to leave. As he stepped outside, he spotted a smaller adjacent structure. Inside, he discovered a makeshift bed and, ominously, what looked like lengths of rope.
As I headed out of the building, I also found this smaller structure just by it. And inside there was a bed, along with what appeared to be rope.
An overwhelming sense of being observed settled over him. The mountain's sudden silence transforming into something ominous and unsettling.
After leaving that house, I feel like I'm being watched. All of a sudden feels very quiet and eerie around me.
Recognizing the urgency, he understood he needed to alert the authorities about his findings. Despite the unnerving experience, Josh continued his trek and, after a brief climb, successfully reached the plane wreckage. While he did report the unsettling ruins and their contents to officials afterward, many questions sparked by his discovery remain unanswered.
Give an update also on the location. Now I am back in civilization. I have contacted the authorities. This was filmed a few months ago, actually. So I contacted them. I sent them the location and photos of the area. I haven't heard anything back from them.
Who occupied that abandoned structure? What dark story lay behind the endless array of photographs? This eerie discovery stands as a grim reminder that often the most disturbing terrors are not paranormal, but all too human. The enigma of the mountain inhabitant and their unsettling collection remains unresolved, an unsettling notion for anyone exploring those isolated heights. This disturbing encounter comes from the YouTube channel Small Plots, where Kevin shares his distinctive camping exploits. Whether stealth camping in a hammock or setting up a well-equipped base camp, his content is both engaging and informative, with a candid honesty about the challenges of outdoor living. On this particular occasion, his adventure took a tense turn. It's November 2nd, 2023, and Kevin is prepared for another night beneath the stars, this time selecting an unusual site, the overgrown grounds of an abandoned hotel on the edge of a city neighborhood. After parking his car in a busier, safer area a short distance away, he begins the trek on foot toward his chosen spot. Though excited by the prospect of exploring such a unique location, Kevin can't shake a growing sense of apprehension, fully aware that the property sits within a questionable part of town.
Okay, getting close. That's where I want to jump in to the forest, kind of near those storage tanks of some kind of petroleum product. I haven't seen a soul back here, so I'm just gonna go. Oh yeah. There's definitely some slip marks here. They'll probably be deer though, it's tough to tell. Down there is the abandoned hotel. It closed, I don't know, roughly 3-4 years ago. It does have security. I've seen security driving around in a little car with like a little light on it. I'm sure they're worried about people breaking in to the hotel more than they are about me camping next to it. But I do want to keep a low profile. I don't want anybody to get a little itchy, call the cops.
Now, Kevin sets out to find the ideal spot to establish camp for the night and get comfortable. He eventually chooses a quiet, sheltered area and begins pitching his tent, arranging his gear, and crafting a cozy setup for the evening. Everything proceeds smoothly, and Kevin feels relaxed, even as dusk falls and rain begins to patter down. Rather than letting the weather spoil the mood, he embraces it. With a drink in hand, he unwinds to the soothing rhythm of raindrops tapping on his tent. That is, until something abruptly disrupts the calm, instantly altering the entire atmosphere.
Let's do a little tour of the tent, eh? As you can see, here's my sleeping pad. Not in its final configuration. As you can see, it's up on some rocks and stuff there, so I'll turn it diagonally. And then behind me is just endless darkness. As you can see, that's what my pack and stuff is. Rain's really starting to pick up. Just kind of hanging out, enjoying my space kitty. got to be a rain alarm for the airport right over there. I've heard that before when I've been camping in the vicinity while it was raining. They're like, oh God. Something just ran by the tent. It was the lights in my eyes. I couldn't see anything.
Suddenly, Kevin is startled by something rushing past his tent. Fast, too fast, and disturbingly close. He instinctively freezes. At first, he considers it might be an animal, but something feels off. The movement had a weight to it, unlike a stray raccoon or a curious fox. A creeping sense of unease begins to take hold. This abandoned hotel property sits in a part of the city known for its sketchy reputation, marked by occasional criminal activity and nearby homeless encampments. That thought lingers ominously in his mind. Struggling to remain calm, Kevin takes a deep breath and slowly reaches for his flashlight. He unzips his tent and steps into the rain-soaked night, sweeping the darkness with his beam, searching for any sign that someone or something is watching him.
I don't see any eyes looking back. I don't think. Wait, man, I just thought I did. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Between the eerie alarm happening over at the airport and whatever it was that just ran past me about 3-4 feet in front of me, I think it's safe to say I'm a little bit on edge.
Kevin couldn't shake the constant urge to scan his surroundings. The uneasy feeling refused to fade. Yet packing up and leaving wasn't a viable option. The rain showed no sign of stopping, and the thought of navigating that rough neighborhood alone in the dark was unsettling. His only choice was to stay put and try to regain the calm he'd felt earlier. But the night had changed. An oppressive tension hung in the air, and the sense of being watched never fully left him. Every rustle of leaves, every crack of a branch seemed unnervingly loud, making sleep nearly impossible. Finally, as dawn broke and painted the sky with soft morning hues, Kevin felt a flicker of relief and could breathe a little easier. Still, the question of what had passed his tent lingered. Whether harmless or threatening, one thing was undeniable. The encounter left a lasting impression, a chilling reminder that even in solitude, you're rarely truly alone out there. This disturbing encounter follows two friends, united by a love for urban exploration. During a casual camping trip just outside downtown Colorado Springs, they stumbled across what appeared to be the entrance to an abandoned tunnel system. Unable to resist the pull of discovery, they decided to investigate. What they encountered inside, however, would leave a lasting impression. The experience was so bizarre and deeply unsettling that they later launched a YouTube channel, Into the Void, to share their footage with the world. It's June 2nd, 2023. After retrieving gear from their campsite, flashlights, a camera, one friend stayed behind as a lookout, ready to alert the other if things took a turn, or to call for help if needed. The other ventured into the tunnel, where the atmosphere instantly changed. Thick, damp, and unnervingly silent. The kind of silence that makes the hair on your neck stand on end.
Okay, so I need to set up my gear. I'm just gonna cut for a second, and then we'll get back to it. Let's get into it and just make sure this is set up good. Okay. Okay.
The tunnel seemed to stretch on forever, disappearing into darkness beyond the reach of his flashlight. Still, driven by a sense of adventure, he pushed forward, curiosity steadily overpowering caution. He had no idea what he was about to stumble upon. What he also failed to notice was the trail behind him. In the thin film of water covering the tunnel floor, faint footprints had begun to appear, but they weren't his. The spacing was strange, almost unnatural, as if the thing that made them wasn't walking in any human way. But lost in the stillness, hearing only the echo of his own steps, he remained unaware. He simply kept moving forward, unknowingly following a path that would pull him deeper and deeper into the void.
Yeah, take a breather. What the fuck? Nope, I'm dipping out. Fuck this shit. I don't know what that is. Oh fuck.
He came sprinting back, visibly shaken by the sounds he'd just heard echoing from deep within the tunnel. His friend, waiting outside, had caught it too, those chilling, almost inhuman screams, and felt immediate relief seeing him emerge. Whatever had made that noise didn't just sound threatening, it felt deeply unnatural. Even standing in the open, with the sky overhead and fresh air around them, the unease didn't lift. A heavy, oppressive energy still clung to the space, as if unseen eyes were fixed on them. Without a second thought, they took off toward their camp, adrenaline surging and thoughts racing. But what lingered in their minds wasn't only the scream, it was the footprints. Because whatever had been in there with him didn't move like any known predator. The tracks were odd, spaced strangely, unnervingly unnatural. So what do you think was lurking in that shadowy tunnel? A displaced animal? Something unknown? Or perhaps something that was never meant to be found? This is Kat, a dedicated nature lover who finds her true calm immersed in the wilderness. Whether she's wild camping, practicing bushcraft skills, or foraging, Kat embraces the solitude and untamed beauty that the outdoors offers. Through her YouTube channel, Wild Cat Adventures, she invites viewers to join her on every step of her adventurous yet approachable journeys into the wild. In this upcoming clip, Kat embarks on a peaceful solo camping trip to Saddleworth Moor, a vast moorland in northwest England. However, what begins as a serene retreat soon takes a startling and dangerous twist. It's September 12th, 2024. Kat arrives at the tranquil landscape and starts hiking toward Bramley's Cot, an ancient ruin nestled amid the rolling moors. It's the ideal location to set up camp for the night, boasting stunning views, mild weather, and nature in abundance.
It's a bit on the windy side, but as you can see, blue skies. One of the last good days of summer, I reckon. So today, we're going to be camping on top of Dovestone Hill. I am feeling a little bit paranoid about moorland fires though right now, because it would be ideal conditions. You know, it's been a sunny Saturday, summer day, so yeah, I wouldn't be able to get down there very quickly. Maybe I'm just feeling a little bit anxious, I don't know.
Though Kat feels content and uplifted to have arrived at such a peaceful, picturesque location, an undercurrent of unease begins to take hold. The stretch of recent warm, dry weather lingers in her mind, raising quiet but persistent concerns about potential wildfire danger in the area. Initially, she tries to dismiss the worry, chalking it up to fatigue and overthinking after the long hike. Determined to unwind, she settles in and allows the stunning landscape to work its calming magic. But it doesn't take long before she realizes that the uneasy feeling in her gut isn't just nerves, and it wasn't unfounded either.
Yeah, I'm going, guys, because I think I can see smoke coming over that way. It's really windy, it's dry, it's been a sunny Saturday. Conditions are just too ripe and I'm in too vulnerable a position here. So yeah, just been a little bit too anxious. I don't think I'm going to settle here, so I'm going to head back down just to be on the safe side. You know, when you just got a gut feeling that something's off. Like, it isn't just me, is it? I can see that there's sort of a plume of smoke coming up centre screen, roughly. Even the grass have come down, look. They know what's good for them. You see, it still is coming over. It's like a dirty smudge of cloud as well. Such a shame I missed an epic sunset.
Kat's instincts about the fire danger turn out to be dead on. The instant she notices a thin column of smoke rising above a distant ridge, she knows it's time to act. Disheartened but determined to stay safe, she quickly breaks camp and begins the long trek back down the moor, each step carrying her farther from the potential threat. After a grueling 2-hour descent, Kat makes the tough call to scrap her overnight plans entirely and head straight for her car. As she finally settles into the driver's seat, a wave of doubt and disappointment washes over her. Had she been too cautious? Maybe she'd overreacted. But as she drives away, something on the horizon grabs her attention, something that instantly erases any lingering uncertainty.
You are not going to believe this. I was actually right. There is a moorland fire. That's what I could see. I could see the smoke. Right. I don't know. I can't see any fire brigade on it, so I'll call 999, I suppose, and let them know. Probably other people have already. I still, honestly, I can't believe that. That's crazy. I'm so glad that I trusted my instincts, because I had this thought, what if it's perfect conditions for it? And I went up and had a little look and I thought, that looks a little bit like smoke. But I thought, to be honest, I really thought that I was being paranoid. But no, and there it is.
This moment of realization confirmed everything for Kat. She hadn't been overreacting. Trusting her gut had been the right call, and it may very well have spared her from a dangerous situation. Had she remained on the moor as the fire gained strength, there's no telling whether she could have made it back down safely. The experience served as a powerful reminder. When something doesn't feel right, there's usually a reason. Following your instincts isn't always the easiest choice, but sometimes it's the one that protects you. Now, let's move on to the next clip, another camping trip where peace turns to fear in an instant. Meet Kevin and Jamie, the fearless pair behind the channel Don't Blink Paranormal. These two thrive on venturing into the unknown, chasing thrills and uncovering truths in places most would steer clear of. Guided by viewer-submitted randomotica intents, they delve into eerie locations believed to be hotspots for unexplained phenomena. With cameras rolling, they share each chilling experience with their audience. Their first intent of the night, submitted by a viewer named Leo, leads them to a hauntingly familiar site, the very same spot where a disturbing stalking incident had once begun.
But it brought us to here.
Babe,
This is
where it began.
They remember discovering a note ominously placed on their vehicle and spotting a figure drawing near, forever tying this location to a haunting and unsettling memory.
This is where it all began with the stalker. This is where we found the note on our car when we was driving down the road.
we were over there.
She, he, whatever it is, left a box, remember?
Oh yeah.
Their unsettling connection to the location adds a heavy sense of unease as they begin their exploration, seeking answers, yet cautious of what might reveal itself. Almost instantly, eerie noises resembling distant screams intensify the growing tension.
There's people screaming.
Yeah, I hear people screaming.
As they carefully navigate deeper into the forest, their search begins to uncover a series of strange and unexplained findings.
Stuff's all lit up. Just have a light go off on me.
Yes.
I literally said that stuff's all lit up, and the light went off.
Okay, how weird's that?
Uh,
Excuse me.
we found the box over here.
What is this black thing over here?
What black thing?
Right there. See it? Right there.
I don't know. Oh.
Oh, it's a burnt tree. Good Lord. Well, don't you find that odd that it's the only burnt tree? Squirrel.
A mysteriously illuminated area suddenly plunged into darkness. Even more unsettling, a lone charred tree stood out eerily among the unscathed forest, prompting uneasy speculation about its origin. Their investigation grew increasingly bizarre as they reached the exact Randonautica coordinates, only to stumble upon an object that defied any logical explanation.
Don't you find this odd?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
What is that? Hang on. Is that a skunk?
No, that's a skunk.
They initially discover a stuffed skunk, bizarrely placed in the middle of the woods. As this oddity registers, an eerie, unplaceable noise follows, triggering a chilling sense of being watched. For their next journey, a viewer named Larry suggests a destination steeped in dread, All Hallows Cemetery. There, opting to use a spirit communication tool, Kevin launches the Spirit Talker app. The instant he asks who might be present, a sudden, jarring sound erupts around them, seemingly encircling their vehicle, plunging them into a state of genuine fear.
Okay. Who's here with us right now? Hello?
What the fuck? I don't know what the...
What the fuck is it? Fuck that.
What are you doing?
The sudden, overwhelming sound leaves them rattled, unsure whether it's even safe to step outside the car. Heightening the unease, they spot a fresh streak of mud smeared across the vehicle, something that hadn't been there earlier, implying that someone or something may have been disturbingly close.
The bird shit was. That wasn't.
Yeah, I don't remember that being on the car.
What?
It looks like
The fuck?
mud was just like smudged on there. Like, you're blaming me.
Get out of my life.
The Spirit Talker starts transmitting chilling messages, each one more pointed and unnerving than the last, urging them to stay cautious. The interaction grows increasingly eerie and personal. Strange knocking sounds echo against the car, and as if to acknowledge their fears, the Spirit Talker responds with a cryptic yet affirming, "Of course."
Did you hear knocking?
Yep. It was on your car.
That did sound like it was on my car.
It sounded like somebody running.
I hope I got that knocking on here, though.
I don't know, but it sounded like somebody knocked on your car. It really did.
That's weird.
There's been all kinds of stuff.
Of course.
Of course.
Of
what?
course. I don't know. It just said of course. Of course somebody did knock on our car.
I don't know.
Their last intent of the night, creepy toys, submitted by Ronald, takes them along shadowy, twisting gravel roads, eventually guiding them to a remote, heavily wooded spot beside a quiet, overgrown pond.
Creepy Toys
That's
by
a noisy place. What?
Creepy Toys by Ronald Tomlin. This is friggin' creepy.
This place is creepy at night.
There. It's on that way.
What is this though? Like a little friggin' pond or something. I thought it was a lake.
As they scour the trash-littered, unsettling location, they come across the fulfillment of their intent in an eerily unexpected way. Suspended oddly in a tree, they spot not an ordinary toy, but a hauntingly strange figure, part scarecrow, part crow-like creature, clutching a smaller white ghost doll in its grasp.
Behind you. Bam.
Where?
Right there. Is that a doll? What is that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's in the tree.
Oh, okay. I see it. That
What is that?
better not be a doll.
It's a fucking doll.
Wait, what is that?
What is it?
It's holding something.
What is it on? Oh, hell no.
Oh my god. It's a little ghost.
The unsettling find, combined with the eerie setting and the object's unsettling nature, brings a chilling end to the night's Randonautica journey. Kevin feels compelled to take the bizarre effigy with him, unable to leave it behind.
Well, that ain't no fucking toy.
It's freaking creepy.
Oh no, but I'm taking.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
It looks like a crow.
It looks like a doll-ish.
I'm keeping it. I'm gonna put it with
Is
the
it
other.
stuffed with
I.
straw? What are you doing?
There's somebody out here with us.
This investigation stands out because of the eerie links between the Randonautica points and the unsettling experiences that unfolded. The mix of personal history, chilling electronic voice phenomena, and bizarre physical findings weaves a deeply disturbing narrative. What intensifies the unease is the combination of possible paranormal activity with strange, almost staged objects, like the stuffed skunk and the figure perched in the tree. This raises questions not only about spirits, but about the very nature of the intentions themselves, hinting at the possibility of something more intricate, perhaps even human-driven, manipulating these events. As Kevin and Jamie drive away with the unsettling figure now in their possession, the night leaves behind more questions than answers, a haunting reminder of the unpredictable darkness they willingly confront. Some forests inspire awe, while others leave you with questions that linger forever. If any of these encounters sent a chill down your spine, share your thoughts in the comments. And remember to like and subscribe for more horror content from Shadows of the Wild. Until next time, stay safe out there, because you never truly know what's waiting in the woods. That's all we have for today. Stay tuned for more.